Hello, it's your boy Davidoff. Welcome back to Champions League predictions. Last time out, I'm not gonna go through all of this, but I got one exact score, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 results out of 8, so that's not too bad. Let's move on straight to the quarterfinals. Real Madrid v Liverpool. This is going to be a very interesting game. It's a huge game. Different stadium, of course. Bernabeu's going under renovations, I think. To be fair, if it's ever a time to do that, it's now, considering there's no fans allowed. But anyway, regardless, they still have home advantage, of course. Both teams, I think both teams could win this game. I think it's possible it can go either way. It depends on who turns up, I guess. Liverpool in the league have not been so good this season, but in Europe they've been a bit better. They've been certainly better than they have in the league. Real Madrid as well in the league, they've not done as well as they would have liked to have done. Obviously they're both champions of the league, but this year they've not been playing as well. Real have been okay in Europe as well. I think they've not been as convincing. I think they've not been as convincing as they could be. But they're still going through. Obviously, they're still in the quarterfinals. They're there for a reason. So are Liverpool. So it should be interesting. Honestly, I couldn't tell you who will go through, because for me it's a hard one to predict. But in this game, I think in Spain, Real Madrid will win the first game. I'm gonna go for 2-1. I predict a very close game, but Real Madrid win the first game. Then we get a massive showdown at Anfield. That'll be very interesting. Man City v Borussia Dortmund. Alright. This is also interesting. I think City will win and should win, but Dortmund have the Haaland factor, and he is unbelievably good. I've always liked Dortmund. Maybe not always, but the last 10 years or so. Ever since they challenged Bayern Munich and they won the league twice. Even the Champions League final, road to that final was crazy for them. They didn't win it in the end, but in those years between like 2010 and 2013, they were so good, and I liked them from that point, and I still like them now. I like the way they play. They've always had some talented players, but I just don't think they'll have enough for Man City. But I also think they could knock Man City out. I think it's very possible. I think they could do it, especially considering who their attackers are. But Man City are Man City. I think they have a point to prove, and I'm sure they want to win this competition more than anything. I'm not convinced they'll win it. For me, you know, they'll have to get past the quarterfinal first. And I think if they do get to, you know, the semis, they'll be a real threat. But that's a different conversation. Can they win this tie? I think yes they can. But I also think Dortmund will run it close. So in this game, I'm gonna say it's 3-1. That sounds a bit too comfortable, but I'm gonna say 3-1. I'm going to say Dortmund scored the away goal pretty early as well, but this should be interesting for the second leg. But because Man City are at home, I'm going to say 3-1. But in Germany, it should be a cracker. Bayern Munich v Psg, the rematch from last year's final. This time over 2 legs. I'm glad we got this draw. Actually, I'm looking forward to seeing how this plays out, because PSG are a bit more experienced now. They haven't won it yet, obviously, but they got to a final and they did well last year, so they got a bit more experience now. I don't know what it takes to get that far. Not to win it, not yet, but they're not far off winning it, I think. But Bayern Munich are Bayern Munich. They've been a very good team, but I think Lewandowski's injured, so that's a big factor, because he's been the best player in the world the last year. And this year as well, I think he's already scored 40 goals, which is just insane. But he's injured, and I'm pretty sure he's out for this game. But it's at Allianz Arena as well. So I'm not sure. I'm going to say it's 2-1 to Bayern Munich. Yes. I've gone for both teams scoring in every game so far. But that's just what I think will happen. Okay, so Porto versus Chelsea. I think Chelsea will go through. With this one, I'm not sure. With this one, I'm also not sure. This one, I think Man City will go through, but I think Dortmund will have a good chance, but I think City will go through. This one, I'm the most confident on. I think Chelsea will definitely go through to the semi-finals. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 Chelsea victory. Yeah, a 2-1 away victory for Chelsea. I mean, it's in Spain, neutral ground. closer to Portugal than England, but still neutral ground. I think Chelsea will win away from home, and then they will finish it off at Stamford Bridge. But I underestimated Porto twice in the last round against Juventus, and they knocked Juventus out. So I could be very wrong, but I think Chelsea will win this, and I think they should win this. So yeah, it should be interesting to see how this goes. For me, my predictions are 2-1 Chelsea, 2-1 Bayern Munich, 3-1 Man City, and 2-1 Real Madrid. I could be completely wrong, could be completely right, in terms of results anyway. I'm not going to get 4 exact scores, unless I'm very lucky. Or it could be in between. You know, I could get some right, some wrong, but we'll see. Obviously, second leg predictions will be next week. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and see ya.
I should go, no, I don't wanna let you down.